All right, Doug, thank you for sitting down with me here in Saskatoon. We're at the CSGA Interprovincials. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure to be on with you.
Yeah, well, we haven't sat down since July at the annual meeting in St. John's, Newfoundland. And last time I sat down with you, you did your soft launch of the Choose Certified Seed campaign, which you recently officially launched it. You did the full launch. How is that going? What's the reception?
Yeah, we're extremely happy with the launch of Choose Certified Seed campaign. For us, this is a key foundational piece for the seed sector to use at large. For us, when we look at what's been happening in the last number of years, we haven't felt that we've been telling the story of certified seed very well. And as a result, this is a new tool that the whole sector can use to be able to tell that story. So for us, the launch was in the last couple of weeks. We've been doing a social media campaign on Facebook and Instagram and also YouTube. We've seen some great uptake. We've reached out to our seed sector partners to be able to help amplify the message and uptake from there as well. For us, it's all about helping to spread the word of this new campaign. Moving forward, it's all about bringing on new partners to help have this platform evolve and tell different stories. Looking to the future, I think there's definitely an opportunity there to talk about sustainability and plant-breeding investment. But for here and now, this is a great new tool for the seed sector to leverage to be able to tell our story.
You also recently launched CSGA Health. This is kind of a first for the industry. It's like a insurance, dental insurance, life insurance program for people in the seed industry. That's really different from anything CSGA's ever done before. Can you talk a little bit about that and why you decided to do this?
Yeah, well, if you don't have your health, you have nothing, Mark. But that's an aside here. For us, we looked at where CSGA can continue to provide value to the seed sector at large. And whenever we went out and talked to our members and stakeholders, one theme that came up was about employee attraction and engagement. So for us, this provides a new tool for the seed sector at large to be able to use, to be able to have affordable health and dental healthcare for the seed sector. And this is something that is just a new value-added opportunity from CSGA. And it's not just for the seed grower members at large, it's for the whole sector to be able to leverage. And again, for being Canada's largest seed association, 2,500 seed businesses, there's an opportunity for us to be able to leverage our strength, to be able to have group buying power, to be able to help bring down the cost for everyone.
Today at the interprovincial meeting, we heard a CFIA update from Shannon. She talked about the What We Heard report, which the CSGA recently released. Something like 95% of survey respondents said they support having a variety registration system. What was your impressions of the report?
Yeah, so the What We Heard report is a major milestone for the seed regulatory modernization consultation process. For us, it's great news. A lot of the key CSGA positions that we've been presenting to the task teams and to the working groups, those were recommended or supported through the consultation. It should be noted that this is not a CFIA report. This is a report from CFI on what they heard from stakeholders. So I think that's a pretty good distinction that everyone needs to kind of keep clear as we kind of move forward. But on key topics like variety registration, of the 95% of respondents who expressed an opinion other than, I don't know, there was strong support for variety registration. I'd encourage everyone to go to that report. There's a lot of common themes that were identified there. Participants were able to submit written feedback, and the devil is always in the detail there. And so I think a lot of the key lessons learned through that feedback is really important. Another question that was really top of mind for CSGA going into that survey was, should there be a single body responsible for setting standards and issuing a crop certificate? For those in the audience that don't know, this is a role that CSGA has played for many, many, many years, over 120 years. So for us, we were also really happy to be able to see that recommendation coming out of the task team supported. I'd hope that now we're able to kind of have enough information on these key topics. We've been having these conversations, especially about variety registration, for many, many years. I think it's time to close the door on that chapter and let's move on to some of the other meaty issues within the SRM process that are still where we don't have consensus, we don't have widespread sector support from, and let's try to build some common ground in those areas instead.
When you spent almost 3 years now building that common ground, I believe you'll celebrate your third anniversary as executive director in March. What's the biggest life lesson you've learned over the last 3 years leading this organization?
Yeah, it feels a lot longer than that with all the travel and all the meetings. But no, it's been a great privilege to be able to serve in my capacity for the Canadian Seed Growers Association. They took a risk on me, 13 years ago, and now it's time for the investment in that to kind of pay off. For me, what I'm most proud about is developing the team at CSGA. Nothing happens without the team. There is no I at CSGA. As a team, we've all kind of bounded around that common why. That's something we talked about in July a lot, about what is the why of CSGA. It's to be able to provide Canadian producers with high quality seed that they need to feed the world. And that drives me, it drives my staff, and also our board and our members. And so for us, I think my biggest accomplishment in my time there is just helping to be part of the team. We don't use the word I too much in any of our presentations because nothing happens from an individual. It's all a team effort. And that's what I'm most proud of, the team back in Ottawa and across the country that are helping to drive forward the mission of CSGA.
Yeah, when I think of everything you've had to tackle these last few years and where CSGA has come over the last 3 years in terms of its initiatives, its policies, its role in the SRM process, it's pretty amazing, all the things that you've done, the files that you have led on. But before I let you go, if there was one big challenge, one big hurdle that you're still trying to get over, what would that one thing be for you?
Yeah, I don't think it's one thing in particular. I think it's always good to be always striving to be better than what you were yesterday. And so I think that's something that we're bringing to the SRM conversation and to the seed sector at large, is how can we continue to provide value? So when I look at maybe one thing, it's about finding ways to be able to build common ground within the sector. I think there's a lot of opportunities for us to come together and be that next generation seed system we talk about. It's easy to talk about it, but we have to start living it. And so we have to start to live that future that we're envisioning, and that's all parties coming together under a shared North Star and a vision for the future to be able to drive our sector forward.
I like that, living certified seed. That's a good model. Thanks so much, Dan.
No, my pleasure, Mark. Thank you.